But what if I told you that VCard only has 22 actual cards? Welcome to the vivisection of VCard. I got a lot to say about this, so let's start off. What is VCard? This is pulled directly from their site. VCard isn't just a trading card game. It's a groundbreaking platform that transforms your favorite content creators into a vibrant collective universe. With a mission to champion real artists, VCard features stunning original artwork that delivers on an immersive experience. One that goes beyond gaming, celebrating creativity and fandom like never before. How well do we think that they actually fulfill on that promise? Let's find out together, shall we? Here's some cool stuff, guys. It's run by gamersupps. If you like gamersupps, congratulations. This is their card game. If you didn't know that, I might be a little bit concerned about you. It features 42 VTubers and 10 other content creators, and it has a roadmap for the next 3 sets involving a major gameplay update. Each box has a special art box topper, which in my opinion, really cool. You can fit them together and make these like really big pictures that are all cohesive. Really neat idea. They're all signed by the artists. Love that they're doing that. Here is their gameplay update roadmap. They have launched the base set with quote unquote casual gameplay. There's going to be a major gameplay update to reflect in the unlimited set. We're not fully sure what that is yet. And then there's set 2, set 3, set 4, and they want to build towards competitiveness with tournaments and event support. We will see how that goes for them. Also, this is just funny to me. Fillion is listed as a creator, not a VTuber. So I had to throw that in there. Here's all the details. We're going to be talking about card types. We're going to be talking about gameplay. We're going to be talking about art, price, and of course, community support. So if you choose to buy VCard, here's what you're getting into. Card types. There are 3: talent or power level cards, support, and mascot cards. Here is a talent or a power level card, here's a support card, and here is a mascot. They all look so lovely. The talent or power level cards, the 8 base power cards have an effect. The 9 base power do not have an effect, nor do the 10. 10 is the rarest and it has the coolest art. Here's an example of a base 8 card. This is Shy Lily. Her ability is Calm Response. If your opponent plays a support card, gain +1 power to your next mascot card. Here's her power 9, and here is her power 10. Every talent has a strength and a weakness. If your talent is fighting an element it's strong against, it gains +2 power. Support cards provide effects that can change the course of a round. They can be defensive, offensive, utility focused, or add strategic depth. This is Butcher's Blade. Give your opponent's power level card -3 power. Mascots are things that only give buffs. These effects can be improved by matching elements or specific VTubers. So in this case, Bradley will always add at least 1 power level to your power level card. He'll add 2 if it's a fire, or 3 if it's Lord Aethelstan. It is that simple. What does the actual gameplay act like? Well, it's played in rounds. Winning a round gets you 1 point, and the first person to 5 wins. Each round has 5 phases, with the very first round having an extra setup phase. There's maintenance, power, draw, battle, and then resolution. Starting at the top with your setup phase, players set up their play area and decks are shuffled. Each player draws a hand of 7 cards. Here's where the problems start. If you do not have a power level card in your initial hand, you may mulligan. Shuffle your opening hand into your deck and redraw. If you still do not have a power level card after the mulligan, you lose the round. It is possible for you to lose the first round because you draw bad, and there's nothing you can do about it. And here's the best part. It doesn't say you get to reshuffle. We'll come back to this. I just want you to think about the fact that if you don't have a power level card, you lose the first round. Maintenance phase. Each player draws until their hand is at least 5 cards. Power phase. Both players secretly choose 1 power level card from their hand and place it face down. Simultaneously reveal the selected power level cards. Compare the elements and power levels of the revealed power level cards. And then the leader is determined with who is ahead in power level. The losing player will have the first turn. If there's a draw, the turn must be decided between the players themselves. Rock, paper, scissors, etc. Draw phase. You draw a card. Battle phase. Here's the meat and potatoes. During the battle phase, players must play at least 1 card or the round is lost. Players can play 1 mascot and 1 support card a turn 2 cards in total, unless an effect states otherwise, before they pass the turn to the opponent. Players alternate turns playing cards until one player has no more cards to play, or if one player is ahead in power level for more than 2 of their own turns. Mascot cards negate your opponent's mascot through elemental interactions. If your mascot card's element is strong against your opponent's mascot card, your mascot card cancels out their mascot, negating its effect and removing it from play. If the mascot you play is strong versus more than one of your opponent's mascots, you can only choose one to destroy. All right, resolution phase. After you've played everything, you compare the card's power levels. The higher power level card is initially ahead. You add in the effect bonus, you add in the mascot and support cards, and then finally, the player with the highest power level after all effects have been applied wins the round and scores a point. Both players add their played cards to the discard pile and the next round begins. By the way, all of these rules are copy pasted from the site. This is not me paraphrasing. These are the actual rules. This wasn't originally optional, but it is now. Both players have a set discard area and prize pool. The loser of a round places their played cards into the discard area or placed into the prize pool and is claimed by the victor of the game. The winner of a round places their played cards in the discard area. Why would you ever want to have this in a card game? This is terrible. I am actually upset about this. Let's go on to the next category, which is the art. We're not going to talk too much about this because guess what, guys? Kind of can't miss with the art. It's just good. If there's one thing that gamersupps is good at, it's making pretty things. So let's talk about pricing. $89.99 or $80.99 with a gamersupps code. There's 28 packs. There's 10 cards per pack. So each pack is about $2.89. However, everything is sold out. Good luck buying anything. Here's some of the accessories, which are also sold out. Our final category is community support. There is still not an official Discord. Why doesn't this exist? If you want an actual game to function, your gamersupps, you would have a community. The website has the rules and links needed to find the quote-unquote community, which is basically just on Twitter or Reddit, and the tabletop simulator version, it works. Okay, so now with all that out of the way, we're going to talk about what I think about this game. And there's a lot that I think about this game. We're going to start with the pros. You ready for this? The art box topper is cool. I like that they are highlighting artists. I like full art cards. I like that they're signed. I like that they make pretty pictures. If this is all that VCard was, I'd actually probably have a much higher opinion of this thing. That's all the pros I could think of for VCard. We're going to move on to the cons. What if I told you that VCard only has 22 actual cards? This is a very sick editing railist cutting in here. There are actually 23 card effects. 2 elements have 9 keywords. The rest only have 8. Let me explain. There are only 22 unique effects in the entire game. There are 8 keyword effects for every element. So these are the talents, these are the power level cards. Of the 24 support cards, only 13 are unique support effects, with 11 of the 24 cards being copies of each other with the element or VTuber changed. And I'm not trying to say that there can't be any cards that are duplicates, because that's just unrealistic. But the fact that there are more unique support cards than there are VTuber cards, isn't the game supposed to be about VTubers? That doesn't make any sense to me. And if that wasn't bad enough, guess what, guys? Every mascot card is the same. Literally every mascot card has the same ability. It's always +1 to your power level, +2 if it matches your element, and +3 if it's the right VTuber. That's it. There is no more depth to this game than that. Is this cash grab status? Oh, you better believe it's cash grab status. We're getting to that too. Don't you worry. The many support cards and mascot cards being dupes, I could live with. But the fact that there's only 8 VTuber abilities is what really frustrates me. Because like a mascot doesn't need to be the main star of the show. That's fine. I am okay with mascots not having abilities if there were more VTuber abilities. Let them have personalities. Make them unique. Make them have some sort of staying power. It's so homogenized, it's boring, which is actually a great segue into our next point. The gameplay is total RNG. Because mascots power up based off of element and VTuber, a perfect VTuber mascot pair has a +2 power gain on those that don't have a matching element and 1 over those that do. And the fact that when you play a mascot, it removes an enemy mascot if it's weak to it is such a huge power swing that it's basically impossible to come back from. You're basically playing the card game war. Oh, and here's the other thing. Remember how if you don't draw a power level card after you mulligan, you automatically lose? Well, guess what? If you mulligan and you don't draw a power level card, you instantly lose round 1. That's just in the rules. If you then don't draw a power level card during the maintenance phase of the next round, you lose that round too. Even though you can clear your entire hand out and hopefully get an actual hand for round 3, you are already down 2 rounds with the opponent having to do literally nothing. How is that built into the game? It is so unbelievably bad. But guess what, guys? We're not even done. There is no balance for the talent cards because they all have the same effect. There's never a reason to not run a power level 10 card because most of the power 8 cards get maybe +1 power from its effect, which would put it on tier for a power 9 card. If you're only getting like maybe 1 power, why wouldn't you just run 10 always? But we're not done yet. Here is the roadmap for the game. They launched with casual gameplay. They're having a major gameplay update, which basically means any and all cards that you bought are going to be completely worthless. Is set 2, 3, and 4 going to be in this new heavy gameplay style? Hopefully. Do we know when this is coming? No. If they want to make this an actual game, they have to overhaul the entire thing. It just does not work right now. It's not interesting to play. There's not a lot of cool deck building opportunities, which brings me to my last slide. It's a collectible card, quote unquote, game. If you're buying this just to support your favorite creators, awesome. Calling this a game, even if it's a casual game, it's not it. This is not a functional game. I'm sorry. And on top of that, remember how we were talking about whether or not this was just a cash grab? They're not reprinting it ever. They made a game that they have no intention of reprinting. That's not a game. That's a gotcha. If they are not planning on printing these, they should have just made them collectibles. I'm okay with that. That's why waifu cups exist. That's why a whole bunch of other stuff exists. Collectibles aren't bad. Just don't try and delude yourself into calling it a game. That's why people are upset. That's why I'm upset. So with that all out of the way, what are my final ratings for this game? Gameplay, it gets a 1. Deck building, it gets a 1. Supplemental content, it gets a 2. The art is cool. I like the art. Relatively reasonably priced. It's not bad. If you want pretty cards / want to support your streamer, sure, go ahead, buy it. If you want it as an actual game, no, it's not good. VCard as a game is terrible. VCard as an art project is awesome. Just call it what it is. Call it a collectible card drop. That's literally all they had to do, and they would have avoided all of these issues. And I think that's why I'm so disappointed in it. All they had to do was just be honest with us.